And now our top focus after the Bharatiya Janata Party slammed the West Bengal TMC and the Mamata Banerjee government for the truckloads of cash that was seized from the West Bengal Minister Partha Chatterjee's aide's house. The West Bengal CM has cracked the whip on the minister and has sacked him from the cabinet. Earlier, the opposition as well as the TMC leaders demanded the sacking of the state minister. Now, all the ministers' portfolios will be handled by the Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee herself. But the bigger question is, will he be sacked from the party too? Meanwhile, more skeletons continue to tumble out as ED continues to intensify its a probe into this entire scam that, remember, has sent shockwaves across the nation. Now, according to the ED sources, Arpita Banerjee, who in fact happens to be the close aide of Partha Chatterjee, has now claimed that she did not have any access to the room where the cash stash was kept and that only the minister and his closed ones could enter that room. Earlier, she had informed the agency that the money that was recovered from both the flats belonged to Partha Chatterjee and not her. And on this note, I'm being joined by Saket Gokhle, national spokesperson on the TMC. Saket Gokhle, my direct question to you, why this much delay? And why isn't he expelled from the party as yet?
There is no question of delay. I mean, the ED carried out its own probe. The probe is going on. And the Chief Minister today decided to take the decision of divesting him of all his cabinet portfolios. And as we speak right now, the TMC National General Secretary Abhishek Banerjee is holding a party meeting, and a decision on what is to be done will be taken after that in that party meeting.
All right. When it comes to Mamata Banerjee, her response has been very tepid on this whole controversy. So somewhere is it fair enough to say that the party only chose to distance itself from this big scam that its minister got eventually himself caught in?
Not at all. Like we've been saying right from the beginning, this Arpita Mukherjee, forget a leader, she's not even a member of the Trinamool Congress. Whatever cash has been found at her place. Now the ED is alleging that Partha Chatterjee is connected to her. So let the ED do its investigation, but there is no question of distancing from what? The person at whose house this cash is found is not even a member of the party. So what exactly are we supposed to even distance ourselves from?
That's true, but when it comes to the ED investigation, and the sources have only disclosed, and as per going by the information that has been put out by the ED sources, it seems that Arpita Mukherjee has only, rat out Partha Chatterjee. Now, she has gone on to say that I have absolutely no business. He would come, his men would come and dump the money. I have no business. I don't even know what was the purpose of this money. So, do you think somewhere it's possible for a minister to go so unchecked when it comes to huge stash of money being allegedly dumped by his men?
Who are these ED sources and how is the ED leaking out details of an ongoing investigation? I mean, this is what we've been saying right from day one. You saw this in the Aryan Khan case in Mumbai. You saw this with the Sushant Singh Rajput case. And the ED is a tool of the central government. And the fact that the ED some alleged sources are leaking all of these things, it's very clear that they want to create a narrative that their target is the TMC and the opposition. So this is the ED clearly working as spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party.
But sir, the visuals are out there for everybody to see. I mean, 50 crores so far and counting. It seems that there's no end to the money that is being seized. Not just the money, in fact, even the huge amount of gold that has been seized.
Correct. So that's from Arpita again. Arpita Mukherjee's house, who has nothing to do with the TMC. Number two, on a side note, this shows how successful Prime Minister Modi's demonetization was. Hundreds of people died and now look at this.
So let's not deviate from the topic. That's a different topic altogether. No, absolutely. Let's not derail from the main topic right now. All I'm saying is that a minister who holds the position of Education Ministry in your state cabinet, he has, according to the investigation and the reports that have come so far, he has been stashing such huge amount of money, yet he goes, no matter what, he was not held accountable. This huge amount of money stashed at Arpita's place goes unchecked. So what exactly were the party members doing? Why no sense of accountability so far?
Ms. Rajput, okay. The question is, if this money allegedly, first of all, this money is at Arpita Mukherjee's house. It is not at Partha Chatterjee's house. It is not the house of any Trinamool member or leader. Number one. Number two, if allegedly this money was being stashed for so long, what was the ED doing for all this while? And if the ED did not know about it, how do you expect the party to know about it? The ED has access to surveillance to everything. If the ED was unaware of this stash until 3 days ago, how is the party supposed to know about it? And number three, this whole thing about, I mean, it's frustrating, this whole thing about ED sources, etc. The Honorable Chief Justice of India said 5 days ago that the media today is running kangaroo trials. You know, some ED source will leak something about the investigation. Are we talking about a professional agency? Are we talking about the BJP's
Sir,
media?
my direct question to you here is, your chief minister, the West Bengal chief minister, has clearly said that do not tarnish the image of the party. If a person, no matter which party he belongs to, has done wrong, should be punished and will be held accountable. So can I say somewhere that are you saying that Partha has absolutely nothing to do with this entire money that has been seized so far, which by the way is 50 crore?
Again, I am not a source from the ED. The sources were talking to you. So neither am I from the BJP. So I'm not aware whether he's connected or not. I think that's for a court of law to decide when the ED presents its case. However, in keeping with our own party ethics, we don't care about what the BJP says. In keeping it tuned with our own party ethics and our own parties and Mamta Banerjee's sense of propriety, the said minister has been divested of all his portfolios immediately.
All right. So, in the past too, when scams like Sarda and Narda were unearthed in the state of Bengal, the TMC has held this constant position that, this is clear-cut vendetta politics by the BJP. In this case also right now, the cash of house crumbling down in Bengal, do you think once again, would you like to term this as vendetta politics by the BJP?
See, it's funny you mentioned Sarda and Narda because the prime accused in the Sarda case is Mr. Suvendu Adhikari, who is now the leader of opposition in the BJP. Ever since he's gone into the BJP, all the investigation has stopped in that case. So if that was not vendetta, then why is the CBI and the ED not? Because Suvendu Adhikari was caught on camera accepting money, but now he's gone through the BJP washing machine. So if it was not vendetta, then the investigation against Suvendu Adhikari should have continued even after he joined BJP.
All right. One final question before I let you go. When is your party sacking Mr. Partha Chatterjee?
Like I said, there is a meeting ongoing right now, chaired by our National General Secretary Abhishek Banerjee. And whatever the party decides, the decision will be communicated shortly, probably an hour or so.
All right. Saket Gokhle, National Spokesperson for the TMC, thank you so much for your precious time to Mirror Now.